He don't want no smoke, he ducking smoke, T.I. said.
Now what you gonna do about that? Not going. I don't give a about.
50 Cent just released the first episodes of his explosive documentary on T.I. and King Harris, coming in full force. The footage is raw, uncomfortable and intense, and somehow it quickly reached major names like Boosie, Rick Ross and Lil Baby. Their reactions were harsh. The clips show T.I. and King Harris in moments that had the hip-hop world talking, laughing and seriously questioning their public images. To understand the full story, we need to rewind to the origin of this drama, which traces back to the concept of a versus battle. For those unfamiliar, versus is when two artists face off, hit for hit, in front of an audience celebrating their music catalogs.
I called my man that he don't want no smoke, he ducking smoke.
But what started as a celebration quickly escalated into tension. The conflict began when T.I. publicly challenged 50 Cent to step into the versus ring. T.I. had been pushing for this matchup for years and mentioned on $1 Million Worth of Game that they had discussed it privately. Back in 2020, during the early pandemic, T.I. even wished 50 a happy birthday on Instagram, but he slipped in that challenge at the same time.
I said, think about that, like, you want to do this? I said, yeah.
This was during the time versus was going viral online. T.I. used the moment to call 50 out directly in a video, saying, "Pull your ass up with 20 of your records, man. Sit across from me, man." 50, however, brushed it off as if it were nothing. Fast forward to 2026, and T.I. decided to push the issue again.
So I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. And he said, all right.
On February 6th, he appeared on Nightcap with Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson, and the topic resurfaced. T.I. explained that he had originally wanted Gucci Mane, but after Gucci faced Jeezy, that option was gone, so he focused on 50 instead. T.I. made it clear, saying, "I said I wanted 50. He don't want no smoke though. He ducking smoke." He emphasized that this wasn't random. He and 50 had already talked privately while moving around Los Angeles and selling shows together.
I ain't gonna front though, like, I understand if his wife would have said some or if T.I. would have said about his wife or his female or whatever, and then he responded with that, but like...
According to T.I., the plan was straightforward. He would announce the battle first, and 50 would confirm it publicly. But when T.I. went official, everything flipped. 50 acted as if he had no idea what T.I. was talking about and began mocking him online. T.I. felt humiliated. He had already told the public the battle was happening, and suddenly it seemed like he had fabricated the whole thing. T.I. later said, "When I jumped out there, he act like he ain't know what the FK was going on. Just say you don't want to do it." This goofy. Naturally, 50 responded exactly as expected, petty and direct.
I mean, you see him, the gentleman, an ambassador of the South, has, now I'm trying to get an update, Tip. You called out 50 Cent and said you want to do the versus
battle. Let me tell you something, guys. Hey, listen.
Here we go.
Hey, look, let me tell you something, guys. I know what the most entertaining and probably the most relevant, humorous thing for us to talk about. And I guess we can talk about.
On the same day, 50 posted a clip of T.I. from a 2010 Crime Stoppers commercial, captioning it, "I know Atlanta pick and choose who they support, but you'll got to do better. Keep my name out your mouth." The post was deliberate, implying T.I. was a snitch, a serious accusation in hip-hop. 50 doubled down, calling T.I. King Rat and telling him to stay quiet. T.I. responded strongly. "You playing on my name when only one of us a rat in real life. You know I got your paperwork right. Get your head in the box or STFU, you soft son. You've lost my respect." At this point, the dispute was no longer just about music, it had become a full-on war. Their issues date back to 2006, when 50 led G-Unit and T.I. claimed the crown as King of the South. Small shots were exchanged over the years, but in 2026, everything erupted publicly after 50 labeled T.I. a snitch.
Yeah, who I wanted.
You want Weezy?
Nah, I said I wanted 50. That's what I said. He don't want no smoke, though.
Oh, Lord.
I called my man that he don't want no smoke, he ducking smoke.
There was no turning back. The situation escalated further when 50 targeted T.I.'s family. The conflict quickly became personal. T.I. fought back, but 50 then posted unflattering images of Tiny Harris, making the feud even more disrespectful. One post included T.I.'s wife, Tamika Tiny Harris, captioned, "I keep saying, keep my name out your mouth." He followed up with a meme of Tiny and their son, King Harris, saying, "God don't like ugly." In hip-hop, involving family, especially a spouse or children, is considered crossing the line. Once that happened, the Harris family became fully involved. T.I. immediately went on the offensive, releasing War, setting the tone, and later dropping The Right One, which hit even harder. On that track, T.I. directly attacked 50's credibility, calling him a 5-0 dispatcher and claiming he had paperwork to prove it. There was no subtlety in that response.
People call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIP.
That was a direct hit on 50 Cent's reputation, and T.I. didn't stop there. He went on to release a total of 4 diss tracks: War, The Right One, Lessons, and What? Bully. This wasn't just a quick response, it was a full campaign. But the conflict didn't remain limited to T.I. His sons joined in. His 2 4-year-old son, Damani, dropped a diss track called Miss Jackson, using J. Cole's No Role Models beat and sampling Outkast. Damani's verse caught people off guard, targeting 50's late mother in a sharp and provocative way.
Falant's family find out about his death?
I told him. I called his mom first, then I told his cousin. I told his little girl.
How old was his little girl?
His daughter was 4 years old at the time. 5 years old at the time.
And how did you tell his daughter that her father was dead?
He's in a better place and he won't be coming back. And I told him how much he loved her.
And how did you tell his mom that her son was gone?
Well, first I apologized. I apologized because, I felt that, all of those rounds were fired for me, in my opinion.
Damani rapped, "Mother, are you happy with the way he's been holding your family name? I need to know because I can't sleep at night thinking you died in vain." He then turned the verse directly on 50, concluding, "The next time you missing mama, I can send you right to her." That line alone sparked massive online discussion. Then King Harris, T.I.'s 2 1-year-old son, jumped in, dropping My Man First, making it clear not to disrespect his mother. He escalated further, telling 50 to dig up his late mother, even appearing in a video wearing a shirt featuring 50's mother while smoking.
50 Cent decided to wake up this Saturday, February 7th, on the dark side of the bed once again. And if you follow, I done spoke on that before, how I feel 50 Cent does not wake up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning. He wakes up on the dark side. And I say at least about half the month, maybe about 15 days, he gonna get it to the capital C's and go at some.
That visual immediately went viral, dividing the internet between shock and disbelief. At this stage, the feud had moved beyond rap. It became intensely personal between T.I., Damani, and King. Multiple diss tracks were released back-to-back, targeting 50 directly. Rick Ross, who already has history with 50, chimed in, joking that he wanted the same shirt in a bigger size. Meanwhile, Tina Knowles quietly showed support for Tiny Harris, drawing more attention to the situation. 50 responded by posting her picture with the caption, "I'm not going to do it, but it's getting weird," pulling more people into the chaos. Even with diss tracks flying, 50 avoided music responses, focusing on Instagram memes and trolling, keeping things strategic. People began wondering if he was planning something bigger behind the scenes. King escalated further, posting what he claimed was a 2009 federal document tied to a murder investigation, suggesting 50 made an anonymous call to authorities. The document allegedly traced the call back to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, stating he acted out of fear for his safety. This was a direct attempt to flip the snitch narrative back onto 50.
Well, T.I. decided to respond and play into it and say, "I'm going to use it to promote my music." He said, at 50 Cent, "I don't fear my past. I'm too focused on the future. Top 20 in 2 weeks and climbing. Now, hashtag let them know that. King, I'm loved, not liked. Hashtag my God don't play about me."
In hip-hop, accusations like that can quickly destroy reputations. The fact that it came from King, part of the next generation, made it even more impactful. 50 denied everything, claiming he never cooperated with authorities. Screenshots circulated widely, and debates exploded online. King didn't back down, but T.I. began viewing the situation differently. In an interview, he admitted he didn't like how far it went, especially with his son going all in. He explained that he spent years trying to guide him, but emotions had taken over. T.I. made it clear he respected his sons for defending their mother Tiny, even as he set boundaries. When asked what crossed the line, he pointed to the shirt, saying, "I said that's enough. I believe in treating people how you want to be treated, even in heated situations." For T.I., that shirt wasn't just disrespect, it was too far. Despite the chaos, he emphasized that his family remained united. He also shut down rumors that the feud was promotional, stating this wasn't planned. He didn't seek a fight, but had to respond once his family was involved. T.I. pointed out that 50's silence early on was telling, if 50 had stayed quiet, none of this would have happened. Meanwhile, 50 operated differently. Instead of music, he worked strategically behind the scenes. On March 5th, 2026, 50 posted and quickly deleted a message hinting at a documentary about T.I. and Tiny tied to past allegations. The headline read, 50 Cent, reportedly developing surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. His caption escalated the tension. Remember how quiet I got before the Diddy doc? I hope this doesn't mess up your promo tour. They're going to ask about your 20 sexual assault cases. By referencing the Diddy documentary, 50 reminded everyone of his history of influencing public perception. The project reportedly revisits allegations from 2005-2015, which T.I. and Tiny have denied, most being dismissed with no criminal convictions. Yet, the focus here isn't legal, it's public perception. If the documentary drops, it could drastically shift the narrative, just as 50 planned. T.I., however, didn't back down. On Instagram, he challenged 50. We can go bar for bar, hit for hit, or doc for doc. Let's play. Nobody fears you over here. His tracklet continued to climb charts and gain radio play, while his final album, Kill the King, remained in motion. 50, meanwhile, leveraged media, documentaries, and influence rather than stepping into a rap battle. He mocked the idea of battling, posting dismissive messages online, yet subtly released bars referencing T.I. and Tiny, showing he's always thinking several moves ahead. Now, both sides are fully active. T.I. pushes music while 50 focuses on media strategy. The conflict has evolved into a multi-dimensional battle of influence, with diss tracks, documentaries, and public perception all in play. The key question: can 50 replicate past success with documentaries to shift the narrative again? T.I. says he's ready, but 50's track record shows he executes rather than just talks. In 2026, the most powerful weapon in a rap feud may no longer be music, it could be a documentary that changes public perception entirely. This story is still unfolding, and either side could flip the narrative at any moment.